Going on, guys? Almost Form coming at you guys today with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about day 15 Lions training camp on Monday. There's a little bit of a different practice today. A player practice, meaning no coaches, except for just Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell was just out there, so and I'll explain that a little bit on why they did that. But thanks to guys like John Macaron, Ben Raven, Jeremy Reisman, all the individuals reporting, putting out the reports for the Detroit Lions, so I can get it out to you guys and we can talk about it. But like I said, only Dan Campbell in the field as an observer. Practice wasn't even an hour. It was a really quick one, just under an hour actually, or about. Like the reasons why they do this, no coaches. It's not a standard thing. Obviously, it doesn't happen. I remember when I played football, they did it once when I played. It's kind of like a reason that you do it. Pretty much, coming from Dan Campbell, he wants players to take ownership of their teams, see who stands out as a leader. There's lots of reasons for it, for trust issues, and it kind of shows a little bit of trust between like coaches and players, and then between the teammates themselves. There's nothing really wrong with it, it is just the players, but it was scripted. So there's guys out there running coaching drills. It's not just the players just going off the seat of their pants, being like told, "Hey man, you guys are going to be running practice tomorrow." I don't know if they were told this beforehand or anything like that, but it shows a little bit of trust, and it's not a big deal. While the players were out at practice on the field, most of the coaches were in, or all the coaches, whoever was there, were in meetings. They were reviewing film from the Colts game, issuing directives on weightlifting and treatments. So, they're not doing nothing. And I think they were pretty much watching from the coaches' room or from the film room, just watching the practice go on. So that's a good thing too. So but they weren't intervening or anything like that. It was just Dan Campbell out there, and he wasn't intervening as well. He was just kind of watching practice and observing, seeing who takes charge. And I think that's pretty cool, man. It was just an hour, so they're not going to get too carried away. But let's talk about who wasn't there. Joshua Pascal, he was there, but he was not practicing. Levi and Ruzarike was there. Jameson Williams was there. He was engaged, getting in the middle of things. Just throwing the ball over to the wide receiver coach. Just trying to stay engaged as much as he can. Romeo Aquara was on the sidelines too, but they were all there. Guys that weren't there, actually that didn't participate in this practice were guys like wide receiver Tom Kennedy. I don't think he was hurt, but he was seen out there in sweatpants. He had a big game on Saturday, so they were probably rest day. So nothing wrong with that. Tight end James Mitchell. O-line Dan Skipper, O-lineman Kevin Jarvis, O-lineman Kendall Lamb, O-lineman Tommy Kramer, defensive lineman Julian Akwara, cornerback Juju Hughes, safety Ife Melifonwu, cornerback Bobby Price, safety CJ Moore, and guys like D lineman Bruce Hector, D lineman Eric Banks, who got a little bit banged up on Saturday. Don't really know the severity of his injury, but don't think it's that bad, to tell you the truth. And D lineman Jashawn Cornell, who I think got a little bit banged up as well too in that Saturday game. Then Austin Bryant, who had a pretty big game on Saturday, and then tight end Shane Zylstra. Those guys played a lot, and I think some of the reports were guys that really played most of that game last Saturday got a little bit more of a rest. So you saw some of those guys getting more of a rest, guys that participated more in that Colts game. So nothing wrong with that. I'm sure all those guys aren't injured, but a couple guys are banged up, obviously still. I guess Ian Rappaport was in the building. You guys know who he is, one of the NFL's top, what do you want to call them, media guys, the Twitter hound. Ian Rappaport, he was out there and he was talking up Brad Holmes. Be careful what you say, Brad Holmes. You don't want to be a part of that Twitter feed. Ian Rappaport likes to throw out those throw out those tweets. So I'm sure he was trying to poke and prod Brad Holmes and trying to get some info. Very light practice, like I said, in shorts. You know what I mean? Helmets. They were in helmets, shorts, no pads, jerseys. So no one-on-ones. Players had a script though, like I said earlier, and they were running some trick plays. I guess Amon-Ra St. Brown had a real nice pass. I think it was either to Josh Reynolds or DJ Chark. I'm not too sure, but they were running some trick plays, and I guess they've been doing this often during training camp. So man, I think we're going to see some trick plays this year from the Detroit Lions, and I guess they've been pretty successful. So let's see what happens there. The drills were more tailored to the offense. You know, defense probably wasn't too happy about that today, but offensive advantage for Monday practice. Wide receiver Khalif Raymond, he stood out big time. He was targeted often, made a lot of receptions, and he beat A.J. Parker deep from Jared Goff. Even Cephas had a score. Josh Reynolds had a score. Amon-Ra. There were lots of touchdowns today for the offense. Goff went 6 for 6 and threw 4 touchdowns on one drill. It was a 7-on-7 drill actually, with David Blau and Tim Boyle making the calls. You know, because no Ben Johnson out there being the OC. It was all up to the backup quarterbacks, and I guess it ran pretty smooth. Chark was very vocal out there after making some tough catches, letting people know what was up. Cornerback Will Harris he had a pretty rough day. Goff looked like he was it looked like he was getting picked on, but he was just getting picked apart. So he didn't have a very good day. I don't think the defense in itself didn't have a great day, being that the offense was a little bit catered to them for this Monday practice. Like I said, coaches were in meetings. I already said that. And then, like I said, shows a level of trust between the coaches and the players and between themselves. So a real quick report. Tuesday, the reason why I guess this practice wasn't long, it's supposed to be a real banger tomorrow. It's supposed to get real physical tomorrow. I guess Decker came out and said that, and then I guess Brad Campbell voiced that as well, said it's going to be a big day for Tuesday, and it's going to be one of the most physical practices that they're hoping to have of the day. So I guess I'll find out tomorrow, and hopefully I can report that, and hopefully no injuries. The first team offense, really no changes, same players. First team D, Anzalone, and it looks like right now it's Anzalone and Malcolm Rodriguez as your two starting linebackers, with a rotation of Barnes and Board. So we'll keep an eye on that. Those are pretty much your 4 linebackers, though, that we're going to see a lot this year, barring injury. And then Okudah was back at cornerback too. It looks like he's kind of reclaimed it. And A.J. Parker reclaiming that nickel cornerback 1 as well, even though Mike Hughes got to start in Indy. So A.J. Parker, pushing Mike Hughes, or he's stolen it. So we'll find out more this Sunday against the Steelers and in that last preseason game. They did have an end of a game scenario, though. It was the offense down 2 points, starting at their own 45-yard line with 19 seconds left. First thing that happens, a deep shot to Josh Reynolds, overthrown by Jared Goff with Mike Hughes and Walker bracketing well. So a good defensive play right there. And then Chark had a nice 20-yard curl, ball to 35-yard line, timeout with 10 seconds left. The defense really wanted a sack there, and they were pleading to Dan Campbell to call it, but Campbell just sat there, didn't even get involved because it was no coaches involved at all. It was players only, and then there was another quick out to T.J. Hawkinson, 5 yards out of bounds. It would have been something like a 48-yard attempt at a field goal, but there was no specialists out there really, so they didn't really attempt it. But Tim Boyle said they got the win. They got the win, offense with the win. But that was really it, guys. There was a couple reports out there. It wasn't really deep today. It was light. It was practices. It was a practice with just the players, trying to get some camaraderie down, some unity, some trust within themselves, some trust with their coaches. I think this is a good idea. They're not going to do this every single time. I've heard of this before happening. I know there's a lot of people out there going, this is absolutely ridiculous. What's going on here? Especially like the rivals, like the Packers and then the Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Like typical SOL type move. It's not an SOL type move. It's not a Detroit Lions thing. It has happened. It's not a big deal. They're not going to do it all the time. It just shows you're just trying to gain some trust between players and coaches and teammates themselves. That's it, man. And this is a pretty quick one, guys. So that's it, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Get all my videos. And don't forget to like and comment. What do you guys think about this practice, man? It was a little bit different. No coaches. Pretty quick. Just under an hour, about an hour or whatever it was. And Tuesday's supposed to be a banger, man. So hopefully, fingers crossed, no injuries. And we got a game coming up in a few days. But thanks a lot, guys. Go Lions, one pride, baby. Boom.